mentioned objective and target, zero accident, zero ill health. Now tell me, Nabil, will you be able to achieve the zero accident, zero ill health just writing into the policy?
No, sir.
Will you be able? No.
No,
So
sir.
for that you have to do a proper planning. Correct? No? Proper planning. So health and safety management system plan you have to make. The manual also that is called. Health and safety manual. Correct?
Yes,
To achieve the zero accident, zero ill health, you have to make a proper planning. The planning you can make yourself if you think you are sufficient enough, you have too much knowledge, or otherwise you can hire some consultant, health and safety consultant, like how I have a consulting project. So health and safety specialists are there, experts are there, consultants are there. They will, help you to, achieve your zero accident, zero ill health. So accordingly, they will make a plan. Health and safety management system plan. So in the planning stage, you have to plan like, I needed at the workplace, I needed a fire system arrangements, fire prevention strategies, emergency exit assembly point. We needed to train the people. We needed a competent people. We needed to make a procedures, safe system of work. Lots of planning will be there. We needed to have a plan of preventive maintenance, some procedure for the maintenance, right? We needed to have a legal register. So lots of planning will be done. Correct? No. Why this planning will be done? To achieve the zero accident and zero ill health objective and target. Now, after making a plan, you have to do what? In the do stage, you have to implement them. So, like suppose in the planning, you said that you will have a fire arrangement, fire safety arrangements. Correct? There will be a firefighting equipment. People will be trained. The prevention strategies, protection strategies, assembly point, fire exits, everything will be there in the factory, in your garments factory. Like suppose in the garment factory, you are implementing the ISO 35001. So whatever the planning you did, you will be implementing. Like you said, you will recruit competent workers. So you will be recruiting a competent workers. We will be enhancing the competency in the two stages which you have planned into the safety plan. So health and safety plan and the policy, everything has to be implemented. And then the risk assessment, health and safety risk assessment has to be carried out. Meaning, what will be the risk associated with the health and safety risk, not the business risk? Because we are talking about the health and safety now, health and safety management system. So what is the risk profiling? So risk profiling, I told you. Risk profiling is nothing but identifying or listing out all the major threats and the risk associated with the nature of the business. Okay, no? Nature of the business. So, like suppose, Nabil, this is a garment factory, What will be the health and safety risk? The major risk, major threats. This is a garment factory. Who will tell you? What will be the major risk related to the health and safety?
The fire. There will be.
Very good. Fire, yes, fire. Yes. So garments industry always has a fire risk, the major risk, significant risk, most common risk, fire. Yes, very good. Even some other risk, maybe equipment, machinery related, material related, right? Some activity related. So all the major threats and the risk, according to the nature of the business, should be listed into the piece of paper. And then later, risk assessment has to be carried out. Okay, no? So, in the do stage, health and safety risk assessment has to be done. Then the legal requirement related to the health and safety has to be identified, whichever is applicable onto the garment factory. So health and safety related, and all the applicable law has to be followed, health and safety related. Like Indian Factory Act we have, BOCW Act we have, right? No, Workmen Compensation Act we have. So lots of acts are there. So those acts has to be identified into the legal register, and then that has to be followed. That has to be opted. So in the do stage, you have to also comply with the legal requirement. Now your health and safety management system is running for 1 year. Now you are a top management. Don't you think that you want to check the health and safety management system in order to know whether you are achieving your objective and target, which you have mentioned into the health and safety policy, zero accident, zero ill health? You will be curious, right, Nabil, to know whether you are achieving your objective and target or not, zero ill health?
Yes, sir.
You'll be curious. So in the check stage, you will hire an auditor. The auditor who will check the health and safety management system, the entire health and safety management system. So auditor will come. So what do you call the auditor who checks the health and safety management system? What do you call that auditor? Like for the business, there is a accounts auditor. For the health and safety management system, what auditor you will hire? Nabil? What do you call that auditor?
ISO.
The auditor who, yeah.
ISO auditor, sir.
Okay, you can say ISO auditor, but if it is a ISO standard, then you can say ISO auditor, but no way it is called health and safety auditor. Isn't it?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Health and safety auditor. HSE auditor. Correct, no? Or it is also somewhere it is called, occupational yes auditor. So whatever. So that auditor will be hired, or maybe internally the auditing means audit will be carried out. So in the check stage, you will try to understand whether you are achieving your objective and target or not, whether your health and safety management system is effectively performing or not. Correct, no? So auditor will be hired. So auditor will come and he will collect the records, means he will collect the data. So auditor will collect the data. How many types of data? Positive data and negative data. Isn't it, Nabil?
Yes, sir.
Now, positive data and negative data in the health and safety, it is called active monitoring records and reactive monitoring records. Meaning active monitoring data and reactive monitoring data. What is that called? Nabil? So the auditor will come and he will collect the data. Reactive monitoring records.
Positive records are called active monitoring records and negative data are reactive monitoring records.
Correct. So auditor, I am writing, my screen is visible, right? Auditor will collect data of two types. Okay, two types in the check stage of PDCA, right? So what is that? What is that data name? Active monitoring data, you say, or record, you can say. Correct, no? And then there is a reactive data, you say, or record, you say, whatever, right? Data is a record, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, try to understand this, okay? Because this will, if you understand this, you will understand the element 4. No, element 4 is all about active monitoring and reactive monitoring. No, element 4. It will become very easy for you all to understand what is active monitoring and reactive monitoring. Meaning, element 4 is all about measuring, monitoring, and checking. Okay. Element 4 itself is called monitoring. Health and safety monitoring, measuring, and auditing. So we'll see that. But now try to understand what is the active monitoring data and what is the reactive monitoring data. So you see, the definition I'm writing first and then example I will give you of the records. So active monitoring is what? You can say the action, okay? The action taken by the top management, before something went wrong or before accident. Okay? Before accident. For example, So actions meaning you can say the active action. No? The active monitoring data or records meaning the action or the measurement you can say also. No? Action meaning what? Like measurement. So the action or measurements write like this, more clarity. The safety action or measurement taken, okay, actions plural you can say measurements. So the safety actions or measurements taken by the top management before something went wrong, okay, before something went wrong or before the accident, okay. Now tell me, what are before the accident? What are the things you do? All the things which you do positively in order to prevent the accident. What do you do? Nabil, to prevent the accident, what do you do?
Sir, we make a checklist.
Before the accident, what do you? Checklist for what? Doing inspection.
Yes, sir.
So you can say safety inspection record. Correct or data? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So safety inspection record or data is an active monitoring data. Correct no? Because why you are
Yes,
doing
sir.
the safety inspection? So that you can identify the hazard before the hazard causes a harm to someone or before the hazard turns into the accident. So that's why proactively you are doing the inspection to prevent the accident, right? Okay. Through the inspection you are identifying the hazard, no, the dangers at the workplace. Okay, what good things, positive things you do to prevent the accident before the accident? In order to prevent the accident, what do you do? What other things, positive things?
Yes.
Can you say safety training record?
Yes, sir. Safety
You are
training,
giving
sir.
training, safety training. You are giving training to the workers so that they're eligible and then they will follow the procedure, system and all, and then it will not return into the accident. It will not result into the accident. Correct? So health and safety training record such as attendance sheet and all will be the active monitoring data, no? So the auditor will check also these training records. Safety training records. Safety maintenance, safety maintenance. Maintenance record. Now maintenance record, why? Maintenance, why do we do the maintenance? Who will tell me? Why we do the maintenance of the equipment or the facility or infrastructure? Why we do the maintenance?
Sir, to check the
So that-
equipments are correct or not.
To check the equipments are in a good condition or not. Because if we will not do the maintenance of the equipment or the machinery, then the equipment will result into the mechanical failure, no? Some accident will happen. If there is no oiling, greasing to the equipment, machinery, tightening and fitting, then that may result into the accident, some mechanical failure. So this is also maintenance record is also a active monitoring, data. Correct? So the top managements are taking a measurement of the action such as maintenance. So maintenance will form a record. Whenever there is a maintenance, the maintenance record will be there. So auditor will check where is your maintenance record, where is your training record, where is your inspection record, isn't it? So these all records are active record. Before the accident, you are doing it in order to prevent the accident or in order to prevent something going wrong. Correct, no? When you say something going wrong, maybe it could be somebody is, getting too much, absent. Somebody is getting all the fines, improvement notice, provision notice. So to prevent these things, you are doing inspection, safety training, maintenance, what other things? Lots of good things you do. All the active things, proactive things are active monitoring records. So you can say safety audit, safety audit reports like previous audit reports. Like you are doing the audit now, but previous audit reports must be there, no? So auditor will check also the previous audit reports to perform this audit report. Okay. What other good things? Medical checkup record. Can you say active monitoring, medical or health checkup record? Health checkup record, or you can say surveillance record, right? Meaning health surveillance record you can say, or medical checkup record you can say. So if the workers are going routinely, like every 6 months, all the workers are going for the medical checkup, it is an active monitoring or not? Before the accident, you are getting the people checked so that you can take care of it. You know? Correct, Nabil? It's a positive thing, no? Medical checkup.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so legal compliance, compliance record, meaning legal register. So do you have a legal compliance record? You are complying with the why organization is complying with the legal requirement? Because they want to prevent the accident. Because all the health and safety laws are made to made for what purpose? To prevent the accident, injuries, illness, property damage, right? No, health and safety law has a purpose, no? The main objective of health and safety law made by the state, meaning the government, is to prevent the accident, injuries, illness to the society. Correct, no? So, if legal compliance record will be the active monitoring records. This legal register you have to check. Okay. Legal register. What is? There is also some measurement called safety survey. What is a safety survey? We'll learn later. Okay, we'll learn later. Safety survey is nothing but you are picking any one point and checking that point. Like suppose if you want to check a noise at the workplace, so you are doing the noise related inspection only. So that is for safety survey. Then safety tour is there. Safety tour is done by the top management. Okay, no? Safety tour record, like all the top management, they will come to the site, they will have an inspection of the workplace, they will interview the workers, they will check the records, and then they will take some action. Okay, no? Onto that observation. So that is also why the top management is coming to the factory or workplace to prevent the accident. No, they will show their commitment also. So this is also active, measurement. Meaning this is also a action taken before something went wrong or before the accident in order to prevent the accident. Then there is a safety sampling also there. Safety sampling. So safety sampling is nothing but like suppose if you have 100, so you will check in order to just in a good condition. So safety sampling is also carried out at the workplace. This is also a positive record action. Safety sampling record, whether you are doing the sampling or not. So lots of things, not only this, but lots of things are there. Lots of good things are there. Okay. Even you see risk assessment record, not telling me risk assessment or risk profiling record. So why do you do the risk assessment? To identify the hazard and prevent the accident, right? So risk assessment record is the active monitoring record. Safe system of work, meaning procedures, like safety procedures. Safe system of work record. Permit, you can say work permit record, work permit record. Lots of things are there, you cannot write. There is hundreds of things you cannot write, but just for the example I have written, okay, for the example. So lots of proactive measurements are there in order to prevent the accident. Before the accident, managements, they are taking these actions of measurement. So now tell me, this active monitoring records of data is also called as a
Positive data.
positive data or positive monitoring, positive data, or positive data, negative data. Okay, now try to understand the reactive monitoring data or record. What is a reactive monitoring? So reactive itself that you are reactive, reactive in nature. Like suppose accident happened, now you are trying to work on to that, so that you can prevent the accident. Correct, no? So all the negative records, correct, no? All the negative records or data or records, whatever you say, right? So reactive meaning that you are reacting to something. Like suppose somebody has slapped you, so you will be reacting, right? You will also slap him back, right? So reactive in nature meaning something went wrong, then you are taking some action. So the definition of this one will be opposite to it. So I'll copy paste for the simple understanding. So what is the reactive monitoring data or records? The safety actions or measurements taken by the top management. Now it will become what? Who will tell me?
After. After, sir.
After it. Very good. Very good. So after something went wrong, or after accident, right? After the accident. Correct? Simple to do the changes, right? For the easy understanding. Correct. So reactive meaning that after something went wrong. So now tell me what happens wrong. So reactive monitoring data or records could be Nabil, accident records or reports, near miss records.
Yes, sir.
What else? Legal fines.
Loss of time.
Yeah, legal fines. What else?
Financial losses. Yes, sir.
No, financial losses. What losses you have to specify? Compensation. Claim records, right? How many people claim the compensation? Sickness record, right? Sickness records. How many people are sick? Absenteeism, absenteeism record. How many people are absent? They're not coming on duty. Staff turnover record. Then sick pay record, right? How much people got sick, and sick pay record will give you some idea that what we can do so that we can reduce the or we can prevent the reoccurrence of the same incident. Okay, what else? Negative records. And we say worker complaint record. So if there is a complaint reporting system, so worker complaint register will be there. In the meeting, some minutes of meeting will be there, worker complaint record. If there is too much worker complaint, then it means something is wrong there. Then can you say also legal non-compliance record, correct? So what are the things with the legal department? Like example, you can say improvement notice, right? And prohibition notice. So this will be as these notices will be kept as a record, right, in the office. So you can review these things also, to prevent The improvement notice issued, provision notice issued, legal fines issued. Correct? So these are reactive monitoring. Okay, what other negative things? Can anyone tell me? Just try. What other negative records you can tell me? Sickness meaning what? Sickness meaning illness. Okay, no? Illness record or sickness record, whatever you say. Any other? Machine breakdown record. Correct? Machine breakdown record. Okay. Any other thing? Negative records. So you can write, etc. So there could be lots of negative records. Correct? No? So you can write here. So these are the example of a reactive monitoring records. Okay? These are example of a reactive monitoring records. And these are the example of a active monitoring records. Correct? Now one thing tell me, I'm asking to everyone, one thing tell me, waste management record. No, waste management record, Ahmed, will be coming under active monitoring. How you are managing the waste, that will be an active monitoring. You can write here. So you have a waste management, so you are doing a proper waste management. Hello? Okay. Okay. So one thing I want to ask from you all, okay? One thing I'm asking from you all, can we learn from our active monitoring? From these records, can we learn or not? Can we learn or not? And from this reactive monitoring, like accident record, near miss record, can we learn or not? Can we learn from this negative records or not? Who is going to tell me? Can we learn from the active monitoring and reactive monitoring both? I am saying yes. Other people please write. So from the active monitoring, what we can learn? Tell me. From the active monitoring, we can learn that how effectively we are doing the safety inspection. Correct? How we can improve the safety training we are giving, whether it is effective or not. We can improve the training, plan and all. Maintenance, how much we are doing. So we can learn from the maintenance record also, and then we can improve the frequency of maintenance of some equipment, machinery, or infrastructure. We can also learn from the safety audit report. So we can improve the audit, standard. So for the improvement, we can learn from it. And from the reactive monitoring, we can learn in order to prevent these things, happening. And from the accident, we can learn how did this accident happen, how we can, prevent the happening of the accidents in our organization in order to improve the health and safety standard within the organization, so that there will be no accident. So we can learn from the mistakes, right, in our life. Like suppose you did a mock test, like suppose you did a mock test and you failed the mock test. So mock test record is a reactive, reactive monitoring records. Mock test. So from the failure of the mock test, you can learn that what was the reason for failing into the mock test. Just I'm setting an example. So you can investigate and then you can say, okay, maybe I studied only 1 hour every day. So maybe I have to study 2 hours every day. Then I will be able to pass the mock test as well as the main exam. So you can learn from the mistakes also, right? Correct? Yeah. So in the same way, in the health and safety management system, we can also learn from the active monitoring record. Okay, no? Both records is a useful records for improving the health and safety management system or health and safety management system standard or the performance. Yes, Ahmed. Do not repeat the same mistake. Very good. So these are the documents or the records. Okay, who will check? Now come back to the PDCA. Who will check this active monitoring records and reactive monitoring records? Note down this, note down this. It is very important. It will be very easy to understand when you will be studying the element 4. Okay, take a picture of it. Always revise it. Revising meaning just have a look into this, Keep your understanding clear about this active monitoring and reactive monitoring. Because element 4 will be very easy for you if you know this. Element 4, the last IG1. Okay. Now tell me, this active monitoring record or the data and the reactive monitoring record or the data will be corrected by whom? Write in the chat box, everyone. Will be corrected by whom? Auditor, yes. Now we are coming back to the PDCA. Okay. Now coming back to the PDCA again. So now you see, you being a top management, you will hire an auditor. Safety auditor will come to check the health and safety management system performance by collecting a data. 2 types of data: active monitoring data and reactive monitoring data. We can say positive data and negative data, right? But the health and safety technical bodies are active monitoring records and reactive monitoring records. So based on this active and reactive monitoring data, the auditor will measure the performance of what? Performance of? Who will tell me? The auditor will measure the performance of what? Based on the active and reactive monitoring data, auditor will measure the performance of safety management system, meaning health and safety management system. Isn't it, Ahmed? So auditor will be measuring the performance of health and safety management system performance, such as ISO 45001 is one of the management system by ISO. So based on this active and reactive monitoring records, the auditor will be able to measure the performance of health and safety management system performance, such as ISO 45001. Yes, Mohammed Nabi. Okay. Measuring meaning he will be coming to the conclusion. So based on audit report, HSC auditor will make an audit report after doing the audit, and then the audit report will be given back to the top management. Correct? Then the top management in the action for improvement stage, if the audit report is positive, if the audit report is saying that you are going to achieve your objective and target, zero accident, zero ill health, which you have mentioned into the health and safety policy in the plan stage. So you will congratulate everyone in the meeting, health and safety performance management review meeting, annual meeting. So you will congratulate everyone that, okay, thank you everyone, congratulations, we have achieved our objective and target, zero accident, zero ill health in this financial year. It is all because of your hard work and cooperation and support. So you have to motivate the people, your workforce, right? And then you can, go for the higher standard. Because zero accident, zero ill health will be always zero accident, zero ill health. That is the intangible objective and target, untouchable. It will be always zero accident, zero ill health. But what you can do, you can go for some higher standard, good practices from the market. From international standard you can implement. So zero accident will be the main objective still for the next financial year, but you can still improve by adopting some good practices from the good organization, while by doing some benchmarking, as well as some international standard you can implement. Some new technological advancement you can implement in your organization for the next financial year. So that is why it is called continual improvement. So if you have achieved your objective and target, you will go for the higher standard, some international standard, good practices, no, for the continual improvement for the next financial year. Now, if you did not achieve your objective health, then in the meeting, in the action for improvement stage, in the meeting of a review meeting, annual review meeting of health and safety management system, you will say to everyone, sorry everyone, I regret to inform you that we failed. We failed. You should not say you failed, okay? Because you are also a part of this organization, correct? No? So you have to say we failed to achieve the objective and target. And I regret to inform to everyone. Okay, now? So anyway, whatever is done is done. Now we have to learn the lessons from our mistakes. Whatever the mistakes is there, because of that, we couldn't achieve our zero accident, zero ill health target. So we will learn the lessons from the mistakes. Meaning whatever the auditor is giving the recommendation, we will try to rectify those, we'll take some action on that findings for the continual improvement. So that mistakes could be into the planning stage and the do stage. So the mistakes or the gaps in the planning stage or in the do stage, that has to be rectified, meaning action has to be taken for the continual improvement for the next financial year. Correct, no? For the next financial year. So this is why it is called continual improvement, no? Continual improvement. Even if the objective and target is achieved, you are going for the higher standard of health and safety by adopting and learning and taking international standard. And if not achieved, then you are learning from the mistakes. Then you are taking action to rectify them in order to, or in order for continual improvement. Okay. Now tell me everyone, have you all understood this PDCA? How does this health and safety management system works? And was it easy to understand by taking an example of a business management system? Was it easy? Was the business management system helpful to understand the health and safety management system? Give me everyone the comment so that I will be understanding that everyone has understood. So now you all know how does the health and safety management system works. Correct? So what are the key elements of health and safety management system? So these are the key elements, plan, do, check, act. This is ISO key elements, ISO, plan, do, check, act. Now there is also one principle that is called POPIA, that is the ILO principle. ILO Health and Safety Management System, that is called ILO OSH 2001. So that will be learned after the tea break. So now you know the Plan, Do, Check, Act, so that POPIA, ILO OSH is learned, ILO OSH will be easy to understand because that ILO OSH principle is similar like a Plan, Do, Check, Act. So if you now understand the Plan, Do, Check, Act, it will become very easy to understand the POPIA also. POPEAA. That is called POPIA. Is that? POPEAA. POPIA. Okay? And then this POPIA is the ILO OSH 2001. Okay? So this is also one of the principles. POPIA is also one of the principles to run the ILO OSH 2001 management system. Okay? Similar like a Plan, Do, Check, ISO principle. So in your examination, question may ask you to write the PDCA, this Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA, or the POPIA. So if they are asking you ILO OSH, then you have to write a OPR. If they are asking you to write, PDCA, such as ISO PDCA, then you have to write PDCA, key elements of the embedded device system. We will come to that in the class discussion notes. I have written in that manner only, so that it will be very easy for you all to understand. Don't worry about that. Okay. So now we go again. Everyone. Only few people replied. Ahmed and Ajin and Nabil. I think only. Other people did not reply that this health and safety management system runs on the Plan Do Check Act is well understood or not. Only 2-3 people replying. Why other people are not replying? At least they are not responding. At least they can reply. No, they can type into the chat box, and I can see 12 people is there. Only 2-3 people are replying. Ahmed Shakir is replying. Then Arjun is replying. Other people they are not replying as well. They still just replied. Okay. Hasn't replied. Ashwin, okay. So that is understood, right? So let's go for a tea break. Okay. After the tea break, we will come back and then we'll go to this presentation. Now this presentation is useless for you because the way I have explained you and made you understood, this one will be looking like baby word, ABCD for you. Isn't it? Now here you see the key elements of health and safety management system. So the Plan Do this Do Check Act, is it better than the way I explained you? Is it better than the way I explained you? The way it is written here? No. So that is far better than that one is far better than this, right? So it will become very easy, as I told you that now that will be lasting, that will be lasting in your mind even when you are like old person. Something, some things you can memorize, but some items you should, understand. So the thing you understand, you will never forget. You may pass that information to your grandson also. So I believe that the way you have understood and whoever were listening and understanding, they will never forget it. Means they have understood it. Correct now? In your entire life, you will never forget that. That how does this health and safety management system works? Whoever was with me, while I was explaining. Okay, so now let's go for a tea break, isn't it? It's a tea break time. Let's go for a tea break. After the tea break, we will come back and then we'll start with the slides and the class discussion. So it is now 9:24 in India. So supposing it is 9:25. So how many minutes you want to go for a break? Everyone tell me. How many minutes you want to go? For 20 minutes, right? Let's go for 20 minutes, okay? Rather than saying 15 minutes. Let's go for 20 minutes. We have plenty of time. We can cover this. Okay. So 20 minutes. Stop now. So 9:25. So 9:45. Shall we begin? So Ahmed has started. Is there lecture tomorrow? Yes, there is a lecture tomorrow. Yes, but not for a long time. Maybe tomorrow early we will back the class. But we have a session tomorrow. Okay. Am I audible? Can we start the session? Everyone is back from the tea break. Okay, so 3 people replied. Okay. Okay, Anjin also replied. Okay, so let's start the session. Okay. So Plan Do Check Act, you all have understood how it how it helps the health and safety management system to run, right? So the key elements of health and safety management system is the Plan Do Check Act. This is as per the ISO. Now the another one is called ILO also. Okay, means there is a ILO also. The key elements that is called policy, organizing, planning and implementation, evaluation, audit and action for improvement. So if you will make it as an acronym, that will be like POPEAA. POPEA. What is this? POPEA. POPEAA. POPEA. This POPEA is similar, like a PDCA. So as you can see here, in the POPEA, the P stands for policy. Okay, P stands for policy. POPEA. Left to right. POPEA. Right? So P stands for policy. So in the PDCA, PDCA, policy comes where? One person please reply. Policy comes where in the PDCA? So this is a comparison with the PDCA and the POPEA plan. Yes, Sakir. So you see, POPEA stands for, P stands for policy. So you know already what is the policy. So clear statement of commitment to health and safety. So in the health and safety policy, top management will show the commitment, the promise that I will protect the people from injuries and all. And because of that, the top management will set the aim and objective of the health and safety management system, such as zero accident, zero ill health, right? And associated objectives with the aim, as I said, So in the policy, commitment should be there and objective and target should be there. So POPEA P. Now there is a O. O stands for organizing. So roles and responsibilities for health and safety people, roles and responsibility for health and safety to a different people will be delegated or defined. So in the organizing stage, top management will appoint a competent people to define the roles and responsibilities, even the accountabilities, even the authority, and even communication structure they will make, like organizational chart, who works under whom. So that has to be defined. So roles and responsibility of health and safety will be defined by the top management to the appointed people. Means the top management will be appointing some people, like different people, like departmental managers, supervisor, engineers, from top to bottom, you can say. So from the top to bottom level of workers or the employees, roles and responsibility of health and safety will be defined. Accountabilities will be defined, means answerable person, accountability. Also the authority will be given. Authority meaning power. So the top management can terminate someone, workers can stop some activity if it is very dangerous, so that is also authority. Safety people can give warning, that is also authority. Some people, they can approve some documents, something they can approve to purchase, that is also authority. So authority is something like power given to the people, different categories of people or group of people. So that has to be done into the organizing stage. So organizing also come into the plan stage of the PDCA. Okay, now organizing. And then this P stands for what? Planning and implementation. Okay, now? So this is a planning and implementation. Now tell me, this plan has to be implemented right now. So planning has to be done and then it will be implemented. So planning and implementation comes under the do stage of the PDCA. It is a comparison. Try to understand. So do stage, PD implementation. Everything is implemented, correct now? So planning, so detailed arrangements to manage, health and safety. So full arrangement should be there. Risk assessment has to be carried out, as well as the legal register, legal requirement has to be made right into this stage. If you remember the do stage. This is this stage, right? Risk assessment and legal requirement also has to be made, right? Right. Sometimes it gets stuck. Okay, so plan has to be implemented, full arrangement should be there, all the resources required they will provide, and then this assessment has to be done and legal register has to be made. Then evaluation meaning what? Checking, right? So once you will write your IG1 paper, your IG1 answer sheet will be evaluated, means checked by the NEBOSH. So evaluation is nothing but a check stage of the PDCA, right now? So this one E stands for evaluation, A this C, correct? So evaluation meaning checking. So methods to monitor and review the effectiveness of health and safety management system, meaning the arrangements. Whatever the arrangements you did for health and safety, that has to be monitored. So how do you monitor or review? So you will do the auditing, correct now? So audit will come here. So the first A is the auditing. So with the auditing, auditor will come, correct now? Auditor will come and he will correct the active monitoring records and reactive monitoring records. So the audit will be carried out like independent. Auditor will be checking all the documents. It will be like a critical examination, critical checking, and objective. Whether the objective and target is achieved or not. So there will be a systematic review. That is called auditing. So independent, critical, objective finding, systematic review is called audit. So auditing will be carried out in order to monitor or check the performance of health and safety management system in order to know whether the aims and objectives are achieved or not, which is set into the health and safety policy. Now, if the results of the audit identify that the control of hazards and risk is inadequate, the control measures should be modified accordingly and within the time scale. So, audit report will be made, right? Audit report. So, audit report will have some recommendation, findings. So, audit report has to be given back to the top management so that the top management can take action for the improvement. Right now, so if the audit report is positive, top management will go for the higher standard. It is negative action to rectify those issues or mistakes for the continual improvement. Isn't it? Continual improvement. So now you see this action for the improvement stage is done in the act stage of the PDCA, right? Act stage. And this A from the Pukya also action for improvement. So it is a comparison, also comparison is given, comparison. So policy and organizing, PO, first PO comes under the PDCA, plan stage. Then this P stands here in the 2 stage. Planning and implementation of a OP. Evaluation is a check, audit is a check stage, and then action for improvement is a stage, act stage of the PDCA. Now, the same thing, in your examination, the question will come, what are the key elements of ILO OS 2001? Then you have to write OPIA. But if they will ask you, what are the key elements of ISO? Then what you will write? What you will write? Yes, PDCA. Correct now? But most of the time they have asked the question from the ISO, okay? But they may ask you, ILO also. So when they are asking you ILO, you have to give a heading of a policy, organized evaluation, audit, and action point of view. So now let's come to the class discussion notes. There, as per the question and answer, the things are written. Now you see, element 2, right? So the key elements of health and safety management system as per ILO, PPIA, means OPIA. Correct? So PDCA you know already. So OPIA I have mentioned here. So the policy, in the policy, top management sets objective and target to prevent accident and illness in consultation with the worker representative. Meaning worker will be included or participated when they will be setting the objective and target of the health and safety. So the top management will make a health and safety policy. No? So OPIA first is a policy. Then come to the organizing. So organizing stage also comes to the PDCAP, plan stage, policy and organizing. Okay. Now in the organizing stage, top management will appoint a competent people. Okay. Will appoint a competent people to achieve the objective and target which is set in the health and safety policy. Correct? And to these competent people, top management will also define roles and responsibilities. Means health and safety roles and responsibilities from top to bottom. Meaning everyone, everyone will be defined by the top so that they can achieve the objective and target. From top to bottom. Even the accountability has to be defined. Accountability is meaning answerable person. I have explained you all already what is the difference between the responsibility and accountability. I think I have explained or not? Tell me. I think day batch or night batch? Roles and responsibility I have explained. Sorry, this is the responsibility and accountability. Difference between the responsibility and accountability. Did I explain? Please tell me. Actually, I am confused. The difference between the responsibilities and accountabilities. Yeah, I have explained. Yes. Thank you, Shafiq. So the accountabilities will be also defined by the top management of health and safety for each employee from top to bottom. Then define the authority. Authority meaning power. So different group of people, different position of people will be having a different authority. That also has to be defined. Who can give warning letter, who can give appreciation letter, who can approve something, who can allocate some people, resource for some task. So different, who can stop the activity. So stop work that authority is given also for the workers, the ground level workers. So these authorities will be, defined by the top management. Even the establishing the organizational structure. Organizational structure meaning my skill is shared, right? Yeah. So organizational structure, if